allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence, and I ask that you keep in your thoughts and prayers the brave servicemen and women serving our country, both here and abroad, as well as those in our town who are still recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic, especially those who've lost a loved one or suffering through an illness, and of course, keeping your thoughts and prayers the brave men and women of our rescue and volunteer personnel serving our communities. Thank you. Please be seated. Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta.
Here.
Councilman Martinez.
Here.
Councilman Sweeney.
Here.
Councilman Gregory. Supervisor Shaver.
Here. So 5 are present, and we are live on our YouTube channel. So those of you joining us either live or in person here, this is the August 4th, 2021 meeting of the Babylon Town Board. And for those of you here for the first time, meeting is divided up into 3 sections. The first is dedicated to the public hearings, and there are 5 public hearings scheduled for today. So if you're interested in addressing the board on any of the public hearings, we ask that you fill out a card up front and file with our town clerk. If you're online watching us live now at 10 a.m., you can click the link and we'll get a message that you're interested in addressing the board on any of the public hearings. The second portion is dedicated to the agenda, and agendas are available up front here. If you're interested in addressing the board on any of the items listed on the agenda, for that, we also ask you to fill out a card and file with our town clerk. If you're online watching us, you can click the link for the agenda, take a look at it, and send us a message about any of the resolutions. If you're watching this at a later time, not live, you can also still use the link, and we will get that message and be able to respond to you on any matters concerning the agenda today. And the third portion is the open portion, and that's when residents can address any matters that are not on today's agenda concerning town government or town services. And if you're here in person, you can file a card. If you're online, click the link, and that'll get you to deliver a message to us. So with that, we're going to go into the public hearings today. First public hearing is a public hearing in reference to amending Chapter 6 of the Babylon Town Code, Department of Town Attorney. Don't have any cards, so I'll take a motion from Councilman Mineta, second by Councilman Martinez to close and reserve. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing is closed. Decision reserved. Second public hearing is a public hearing in reference to adding Chapter 15 to the Babylon Town Code, Department of Public Safety Enforcement. Don't have any cards or any speakers on that. So I'll take a motion from Councilman Martinez, second by Councilman McSweeney to close and reserve. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing is closed. Decision reserved. Third public hearing is a public hearing in reference to amending Chapter 44, the Babylon Town Code, Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs. Don't have any speakers on that. Take a motion from Councilman McSweeney, second by Councilman Gregory to close and reserve. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing is closed. Decision reserved. Fourth public hearing is a public hearing on designating the premises known as 109 Justice Street, West Babylon, New York, 11704, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 0100-133-3-29, a public nuisance, authorizing the boarding up of said premises and authorizing the town attorney to commence litigation. Just by way of information, I provided this to the board earlier. We've had some great results since our last meeting, which was on July 21st. As you know, we had the 2 owners of the property here, the Wilson, Ms. Wilson and Mr. Wilson, sister and brother, who are entitled on the property. We presented all the information that Suffolk Police had provided to us, and we then approved scheduling this public hearing today. Since that time, I've been in back and forth communication with both Mr. Wilson, who is the brother, half owner of the property, who's been very cooperative. I understand that Ms. Wilson already moved from the property, and Mortimer Lawrence, who was identified as the attorney for the property owner, he and I have been in communication along with Jerry Guarino from the town attorney's office. He provided us a contract of sale, which I sent to the board, and I'm going to ask that it be included as part of the record here today, a contract of sale, a viable contract of sale for a at market value selling price with a closing date of August 30th, which means that It's an on or about date, which means that you have to close within 30 days of that date. Nothing prevents you from closing on the sale prior to that. It's all a matter of the person who's buying the property is getting a mortgage, is represented by an attorney I actually know from Syosset. I did a number of real estate closings with his office. So all is on the up and up. And I wanted to make sure of that. That's why I asked for the contract of sale and a communication with the attorney who's representing the buyer. And she is a bona fide buyer as well. So it's not in between family members or anybody else on that end. So the contract of sale will be admitted and made part of the record. And what I wanted to do is thank the board and thank our staff for the work that they did. Thank the Suffolk Police. And I'm going to ask Legislator McCaffrey is here. He and his office were very helpful in working with us as well. And I know he wanted to just say a few words. I'm going to ask him to come up to the podium. And Kevin, just state your name and your office address.
Kevin McCaffrey, 125C South Bellwood Avenue, Suffolk County Legislator. And I just want to, echo the comments of and comments from other residents there. I took the opportunity to speak to the residents recently after that. In fact, I have one Justice Street resident here as well, and many of them didn't want to come for obvious reasons. Some were, but I told each and every one. I went on knocking on doors there on Justice Street, and I wanted to tell them how proactive you were, the entire town board and the staff, in terms of moving this forward. We spoke right after this happened. We said, this is not tolerable, and we can't have this in any neighborhood. And a lot of people spoke to me about, they've lived there for 50 years. I was there knocking on doors and their grandchildren were showing up and saying they're not allowed to stay here while this is still going on. It's changed their whole life, the whole dynamic of that community there. They've had ongoing issues, but this just brought it to a different level. And, I told them about how you, at the very beginning, took control of the situation, started quarterbacking the whole thing with my office, with Suffolk County Police, with your town attorney's office, your code enforcement, public safety. And I tell everyone on that block is grateful for the work that was done. And I told them that they're going to move forward with the sale. There's no need to move forward with the nuisance law, which is even better outcome than we could have expected there. So I just want to come up and on behalf of all the residents of Justice Street and Kellam Street, South 3rd Street, anyone who heard the gunshots on a regular basis, they thank you and the town boards and everybody's worked on that. And just another example of different levels of government coming together to work together for the good of all the residents. So
Right.
Thank you again. I appreciate all you.
And then Kevin, I want to thank Kevin personally because he and I have been in touch back and forth, text messages.
Yep.
And even though we're both old, we do know how to text.
Yeah.
And well, your granddaughter will show you that.
Yeah. Eventually, yeah. She's getting it.
She's two.
Yeah.
But Kevin's office and Guy Callett and Kevin's office were all very helpful in making sure that we stayed on top of this to make sure that, and as Kevin said, the neighborhood is a really solid neighborhood. A number of families either sell the houses to the kids, and people have been on Justice Street for a number of years. You all know it. So that's why it was really important to get on top of this. And it was good. These incidents, if you recall, happened right after 4th of July in a row within 3 days of each other. And so we were able to really get on top of this. And I thank you and your staff and Suffolk Police, Inspector Kane and his staff were really good. I know Russ and Nick were out talking to a number of residents as well to make them feel better about what actions were being taken.
Oh, thanks again. They're very much at ease and we appreciate the good.
Good. Thanks, Kevin.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to make the motion to withdraw and cancel this public hearing for the reasons stated on the record. Second by Councilman Martinez. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, so this hearing is canceled. Fifth public hearing is a public hearing to consider amending Chapter 3 of Article 2, Section 3-4 of the Town of Allen Uniform Code of Traffic Ordinances. We don't have any speakers for this. So I take a motion from Councilman Mineta, second by Councilman Martinez to close and reserve. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing is closed and says reserved. That's it for the public hearings. I don't have any cards. Do we have anybody signed up online to speak on the agenda? So we'll go right into the agenda. Resolution 485.
I offer resolution 485. Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 486.
Offer 46. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 487.
vote for 487.
I second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 488.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 489.
I offer resolution 489.
Second. All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 490.
Resolution 490. Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 491.
I offer 491. I second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 492.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 493.
I offer 493.
Second. All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 494.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 495.
I vote for 495.
I second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 496.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 497.
I offer 497.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 498.
For resolution 490.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 499.
I vote for 499.
I second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 500.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 501.
I offer resolution 501.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta.
Yes.
Councilman Martinez.
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney.
Yes.
Councilman Gregory.
Yes.
Supervisor Shaver.
Abstain. Resolution is approved, 4 votes in favor, 1 abstention. Resolution 502.
Resolution 502.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 503.
I vote for 503.
I second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 504.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 505.
I move 505.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 506.
Offer resolution 506.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 507.
I vote for 507.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 508.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 509.
I offer 509.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 510.
Resolution 510.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 511.
I vote for 511.
I second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 512.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 513.
I offer resolution 513.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 514.
Resolution 514.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 515.
I vote for 515.
I second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 516.
Resolution 516.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta.
Abstain.
Councilman Martinez.
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney.
Yes.
Councilman Gregory.
Yes.
Supervisor Shaver.
Yes, resolution's approved, 4 votes in favor, 1 abstention. Resolution 517.
I offer resolution 517.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 518.
Resolution 518.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 519.
I vote for 519.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 520.
A motion to approve.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 521.
I offer 521.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 522.
Offer 522.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 523.
I offer resolution 523.
I second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 524.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution
I
525.
offer 525.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 526.
Resolution 526.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 527.
I offer 527.
I second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 528.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. And Resolution 529.
I offer resolution 529.
Second.
All's in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. That's it for the resolutions. We don't have any cards on the open portion, but we do want to make a presentation. And I want to ask our Commissioner, Madeline Quinton McConney, to come forward. And to ask, I'm gonna assist. Ask Sandra James and Bessie Lowe if they would come forward. Have no luck.
acknowledge and say, these two young ladies did some job on our campus with the Project One. They served close to less than about that. But they did so many applications, and they helped through the United Way program, through their grants.
And just, Project One.
Project One is the United Way grant that comes through to Town Valley. And these two young ladies, through the pandemic, reaching out to the door, grabbing applications, and helping the Town Valley community with heating and lighting and the whole 9 yards. And they didn't waver, they didn't back down, they didn't turn anybody down, unless, United Way says something, but they helped everybody that came through that door. And they, application upon application upon application, and the residents were humble. We have a line outside of One Commerce Boulevard that you couldn't believe. Even the last day when it was over, they kept on pressing forward. And I had to call United Way. I said, look, we still have people here at the door. We can't say no. And I'm telling you, it was a privilege and an honor. And I said, no way that this can go undone without us saying, thank you.
Well, Mary will have a seat for a second, but just on behalf of the town board, but Madeline came up with this idea, and we're going to be highlighting those. Every town employee did something as part of this, but there were a certain group of town employees that couldn't stay home, that couldn't work from home in safety, that couldn't take off 1 week or another, like we did in Public Works or at the landfill. There were employees like our cooks, like our custodians, like our animal shelter employees, like Sandra and Bessie, who had to be there every day to not only do what they did with Project Warm, which was, that had to go on, and the weather wasn't going to wait for the COVID to reside. So they had to be at work and had to be going out there to get the applications because people didn't want to leave their house. Also, you should know One Commerce Boulevard, which is the early point time municipal building in North Amityville, is the home to a lot of other programs that those people who are suffering and who are less fortunate and who are really going through a difficult time, they know that if there's any place they can go to get a hug and to get a bag of food or to get in contact with somebody who's going to help keep the lights on, put a delivery of oil in the tank, it's at One Commerce. And there aren't enough thank yous from all of us. I can tell you, everybody sitting here at the board greatly appreciates all the way from the commissioner on down, but in particular you two, who are tremendously important to all of our families in the town. Sandra just gave me a list of other things I got to work on. And thank you to Madeline, and thank you, Miss Tracy. Oh, Tracy's hiding out there. And Tracy Fonville, who's our deputy, who did a tremendous job running the department. Thank you very much. So, I don't have any other speakers, so I'm going to take a motion to adjourn by Councilman Gregory, second by Councilman McSweeney. All those in favor? Opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just like the county legislature.
Just like the county